The new James Bond theme just came out. I think it was last week. It's Lana Del Rey, and of course, I'm a huge Lana Del Rey fan, but I'm an even bigger James Bond fan. I have been all my life, and I always thought Lana Del Rey would have been a perfect James Bond theme. Everything about her vibe, it's very old money, it's classic. Everything in her aesthetic, I thought, fits so well within James Bond. And so I remember when No Time to Die said that they were getting Billie Eilish, and I was like, I honestly wasn't completely opposed to that, but I was like, I think Lana Del Rey would be a little bit better. My initial thoughts, though, when I heard this song, or when I heard this news initially, I thought, holy crap, like, this is insane. Like, I don't know, like, two of my favorite things, like, Lana Del Rey is probably one of the best modern music artists. Every song she's put out really has a lot of intention behind the lyrics, intention behind the design, the instruments that she uses. It's not typical with most modern pop songs. It says in the lyrics, you play your life like a game. And I mean, it's so good. It's so funny because it's for a video game, but it's also works so well within the James Bond universe, because James Bond really is one of the only characters that plays life like a game, and that's why all the Bond games have done so well too. Not many movies can really find a character that you can completely put into a video game and it just works well. Lyrics like a moth to a flame, like that is totally James Bond. He's obsessed with being into chaos, and usually he's the one causing it, but James Bond is a character that always looks for more of an unconventional route to get a job done. I was watching From Russia with Love the other day, and just the whole story of that movie is so good. I mean, it's funny, he knows it's a trap that he's going into. He goes into it anyway. And he doesn't understand who the trap is for, but it's a third party trying to make the two essentially get the Lecter, which is the main goal of the movie. And Bond still, in the end, gets it, even though all the odds were stacked up against him. I'm so glad that the Bond movies, or the Bond games, are being revived again too. I mean, I grew up playing Everything or Nothing, grew up playing Nightfire, and I always thought that I still think that they're some of the best video games out there because of the amount of choices that you have in the game. I loved Call of Duty growing up too, but the issue with a lot of them is that it's like more of a movie. It's very cinematic, where you don't really have many choices of options of where to go, and typically it's you're just following the path of that the game set out for you. You don't really get the option to have many different directions, and it seems like with First Light they're going to be giving people a lot more options. I mean, being able to use the environment to your advantage, being able to finally drive cars, use Bond's gadgets. That's another thing too. I'm glad that they're going with more of a lighter approach with it. It seems like it's going for more of a Brosnan era kind of vibe rather than the dark Craig vibe that we've been having for so long. And as much as I like Craig, I would say one of the issues is that his movies have just taken away a decent amount of the charm of Bond. I think there's moments in each of the movies where it's there, but generally you can feel that the energy is a little bit more, depressing. And I remember I saw somebody that said that, Craig's Bond compared to the others, it's like another type of gravy. And I'm like, that's a very good way of putting it. It's just another flavor. And I think people will like it over time, and people will appreciate it more for what it is. And I think it brought such a different layer to the Bond universe. And but I think that the same thing with this game, even, like, they're treating this game as if it's a movie. They're bringing in Lana Del Rey, and they're the first people that are going to be bringing an origin story to Bond, which is kind of crazy. I mean, they had the Young Bond novels by Charlie Higson, which were really good too. And it seems like they're almost taking elements from all over James Bond, but they're also wrapping it up in their own. So I'm very excited to see what it brings. To me, if I had to compare it to anything else in Bond, it reminds me a lot of Everything or Nothing.